The following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports. Radio Plus Sports.
Eigenbrodt to the right-hand side of Schreiner. Low snap, regathers, hands off Eigenbrodt, tiptoeing its way through the defense to the end zone. Touchdown, Fond du Lac. And here's Schreiner going to take a shot downfield. He's got his receiver hauled in by Tyler Brandner to the end zone. Touchdown, Fond du Lac. 40, he's gone. 30, 20, touchdown. Spring.
Radio Plus Sports. Recognized by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association in their awards for excellence as the best in high school sports play-by-play in the state.
And the Fond du Lac Cardinals have snapped Kimberly's 70-game winning streak.
High school games video streaming live at RadioPlusInfo.com. That's right. Watch the biggest games live, too.
Pulled it in for a touchdown. There is your state championship.
Broadcast is sponsored by the following local partners.
Capelli Brothers and Dietrich, Edward Jones, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic,
Fondi Family Dental, Baker Cheese, Right Way Home Improvement,
Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive,
Taco Bell, Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal Oil and Propane,
Pioneer Pit Stop, The Spectrum Call Center, Pizza Ranch, Everson and Gibbs, Attorneys at Law,
National Exchange Bank and Trust, LK Interior Systems, Silica for your home,
Rademan Stone Landscape, Bob's Pizza,
AirTech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal,
Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Canberra Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Marchant Schmidt, New Medical Center,
Condex Corporation, Fox Valley Savings Bank, BCI Burke, Marion University, Muthig Industries, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Custom Homes.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at RadioPlusInfo.com. Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Welcome to Fruth Field. Jordan King with you this Saturday evening, and what a beautiful evening it is. Perfect weather outside. Looks like the rain, which was previously forecasted to come right during the game, that's going to hold off till after the game by all looks of it. And it should be a good one. A big crosstown rivalry here between Winnebago Lutheran Academy and St. Mary's Springs Academy. Springs 4-0 on the season. They've given up just 13 points in conference play since Flyway started 2 weeks in. That big win we saw right here on RP Video Sports over Laconia, a monster win to get things rolling for Springs. And then in week 2 they went up to Omro, and you didn't really know what Omro had necessarily coming into the week 2 of the Flyway slate. They played North Fond du Lac, cleaned up on North Fond du Lac with a big score in week 1, and then Springs a little bit of a slow start, as you'll hear Coach Highland talk about in the Coach's Smile interview coming up in just a couple of minutes. But they got things rolling, and it was a big number that they were able to put on Omro up on the road. First road test of the season for Springs. First 3 games were here at home. Obviously blanked Lake Country Lutheran, and then the big win over Darlington. So for Springs, couldn't have gone much better to start off the season. They're 4-0. Just want to keep things rolling against crosstown rivals Winnebago Lutheran Academy. WLA comes into this one 3-1, coming off their first loss of the campaign, 1-1 in Flyway play. They played the Flyway favorites, or co-Flyway favorites, probably with Springs. And if you want to say Campbell Sport in there as well, those expected to be the top 3 teams in the Flyway. But Mayville, despite being down to WLA 13-12 at halftime, was able to run away from the Vikings in the second half and double them up 48-20, that final score. And WLA looking to bounce back. WLA just arrived at the field a few minutes ago. Not the traditional hour or so before game time getting to the field. They just got here. They're warm-ups underway for them. Warm-ups well underway for Springs as well here at Fruth. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Today's game brought to you by Fond du Lac Area Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Robert Bruce, Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, and Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. We'll be back right after this with the Coach's Smile interview. We'll hear first from Coach Kevin Lair from Winnebago Lutheran Academy, talk a little bit about the Vikings, and then hear from Coach Highland. All of that before we kick things off in just a few minutes from Fruth. Stay with us here. You're listening to Flyway Football and watching it on RP Video Sports. Stay with us.
Integrity Saw and Tool is a proud sponsor of Fond du Lac area sports. They wish the best of luck to all local teams this fall and winter. Integrity prides itself on being the fastest producer of high-quality cutting tools and providing the most reliable sharpening service in the industry. If you're looking for a challenging career with excellent benefits and a family atmosphere, contact the team at integritysaw.com. That's integritysaw.com.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen. I know a great team when I experience it, and Team Holiday is one of the best.
I think what keeps people coming back to Holiday is our people. Taking care of the customer is everybody's focus.
Delivering exceptional customer care.
It's what we do.
Get more truck or SUV for your buck, enticing offers, and more for your trade on a new or GM certified pre-owned Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondy Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at fondyfamilydental.com.
Apply now to qualify for the SABRE Award, a $500 per year scholarship at Marian University. Be admitted by January 1st and receive a $2,000 scholarship towards your degree. The SABRE Award is granted in addition to other scholarships, awards, and discounts. 100% of Marian University students receive financial assistance. College is affordable. Apply now at marianuniversity.edu/apply.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 Cents for the Future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com. Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile segment, part of the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show on RadioPlusInfo.com. Kevin Lair, head coach of Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings, with us now. Kevin, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Nick. How are you doing this week, sir?
We are doing just fine. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So the Vikings, 3-1 on the season. Tough loss to the Mayville Cardinals. Coach, up by a point at the half at 13-12. Talk about the game for us.
Yeah, the first half was a recipe for our success. We were able to control the ball in the first quarter, held Mayville to actually 3 offensive plays in the first quarter, and we knew that was going to be a recipe for our success. And we were able to stick with them and got a late score in the end of the first half to take the lead. And we knew they come out in the second half. We had to kick off to them, and their second play, they had a nice long pass play and ended up scoring. And then our biggest possession of the night, we went 3 and out and kicked and punted back to them, and they come in and score. And then started unraveling for us a little bit, but they're a dang good team. Like I said, that Schroff-Nagel is one of the best in the state, and they're a well-coached team. Looking forward to this week.
Yeah, Kevin, you had a nice win over Lemira a couple weeks ago, 28-27. Needed that one on the road at Lemira High School. A tough jaunt for the Vikings. Springs Saturday, Campbell Sport next Friday.
Yep, yeah. Like, I'm not sure if we talked last week about it, but just a flip-flop from last year. Last season we had I called it the gauntlet at the end of the season, and now this year we got them towards the beginning, and we knew this was going to be a tough stretch for us, but we're putting our best foot forward and preparing the guys, and we'll see what happens Saturday night.
What concerns you about Springs Saturday?
They've been the cream of the crop for a long time. They're a very well coached team again, and they got Hefner back there, a strong big running back, and their defense is always very solid. They always have those kids prepared very well, and I believe they're going back to some of their veer offense now and getting back to their bread and butter. So we got to be prepared for that.
Kevin Lair, the head coach of the Vikings of Winnebago Lithard Academy. Coach, are there any injuries coming into the Springs game Saturday night?
No, we're in pretty good shape. We lost, I know we talked a few weeks ago, Ethan Peterson. We were hoping to get him back towards the end of the year, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But so as far as the rest of the squad, we're in pretty good shape heading into the game.
Coach Kevin Lair for the Vikings. Best of luck, Kevin. We'll chat again real soon, okay?
All right. Thanks, Nick.
Yep. Kevin Lair, again, head coach of WLA. That's your Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile segment. Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. That continues next. This is your Fondy Coaches Smile segment presented by Fondy Family Dental, seeing all patients in a relaxed and honest setting. Schedule your appointment today with Fondy Family Dental. Fondy Family Dental, that is part of the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. We set our stage with Coach Bob Hyland for the Ledgers of St. Mary Springs Academy. Good to talk to you again, Coach. How are you?
Good. Very good after last weekend.
Yeah, a victory for the Ledgers, a dominant win, up 14-0 at the half. You dumped it on in the second half. Coach ended up winning the ball game 42-6 in Omro. Talk about that for us.
Well, we had a slow start. We had some open receivers and didn't hit them, didn't catch the ball, and that. But we dominated really from the beginning of the game. The score just did not show it at halftime. They had probably less than 50 yards total at halftime. So we really did dominate, but it took us a while to get going. They fumbled the ball in the second half a couple times, and we took it in. And it was over by the end of the third quarter, but it was a good performance for us. That's first time on the road. Omro's a rebuilding program. They've got a lot of young kids, but they were tough. They were big and strong kids, and so we had to work for it.
Have Winnebago Lithard Academy on another Saturday night at Fruth Field in Fond du Lac.
We've got all their games on film, and it's a matter of just putting everything together, what they do, and try to stop them. And their defense is similar to what we've seen all the way through. It's a 4-4 package, and we've just got to do our assignments and get out there and do our job, and we should be okay. But Winnebago Lutheran always comes after us. Last week they were ahead of Mayville at halftime, so that's an indication they've got some real good talent and ability to beat anybody on a given day. So Springs beware. We never play well against Winnebago Lutheran and that, and so we've talked about that. So we've got to get on them right away.
Any injuries for the Ledgers coming out of the game to the Winnebago Lithard Academy game Saturday night?
No. Tom Kaufman broke his hand in the first game in the first conference game against Laconia. He'll be out another week or two before he comes back. He'll be ready to go for Campbellsport.
Coach, best of luck. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate it. We'll talk again real soon, okay?
Real good. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. That's Bob Hyland, head coach of St. Mary Springs Academy, as your Fondy Family Dental Coaches Smile segment wraps up, presented by Fondy Family Dental, seeing all ages of patients in a relaxed and honest setting. The Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show continues next. Hang on.
And back here at Fruth, and hearing from both coaches there, obviously we'll shift that right into the Bauer Chiropractic injury report. Got pain? See Shane. Dr. Shane Bauer, Bauer Chiropractic, voted Fond du Lac's favorite chiropractor in a recent Reader's Choice poll. And just a couple, Tom Kaufman with that broken hand, going to not participate tonight. Saw him in warm-ups. Man, he had a couple of stellar games in the non-conference against Lake Country Lutheran, and then that game, that hard-fought physical game against Darlington. And Springsville, when they get Kaufman back, that defense still is nothing to scoff at, and WLA's got to try to contend with that tonight. And on the WLA side of things, Ethan Peterson, confirmation there from Coach Lair that Peterson won't be back this season for the Vikings. So a big loss for them in the trenches, but that's kind of the strength of the Vikings team. When you're talking about WLA, it's going to come through Cole Wiedmeyer. Noah Gansler is the big target out wide, but Wiedmeyer does the rushing, 56 carries, 267 yards. And then on the other side, Levi Hempfner. You heard the concern. Man, that's a loaded question. What concerns you about Springs? And Coach Lair says, well, you got Hempfner back there, 58 carries for 395 yards, 6.8 yards per tote. Maybe not quite the statistics that Blake Schroffnagel boasts of, but he's still scored 11 times on the season. He's still an incredibly dangerous player on both sides of the ball. He's made a lot of impact plays from his inside linebacker spot for Springs this year as well. So there's a lot that you got to worry about from Springs. And then their big play guy so far has really been J.T. Koenigs. He 21 totes for 236 yards, 11.2 yards per carry. We're going to take a quick 30-second timeout, come back with the starting lineups presented by Baker Cheese. That's up next. This is the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show. Back with more on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are 2 reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
Baker Cheese, producing award-winning cheese since 1916. Not only can you find fresh Baker cheese at your local grocer, make the short drive to their in-house country cheese store. Over 100 varieties of other cheeses from the best cheesemakers in Wisconsin. Take Highway 23, go south on G 3 miles, and follow the freshness. Visit BakerCheese.com. Baker Cheese, a Wisconsin cheese heritage since 1916.
There you go. Heard from Baker Cheese. Start your new career at Baker Cheese today. Visit BakerCheese.com to find out how to apply. Do that today. Baker Cheese. Starting lineups, defensive starters for both teams. Number 5, Noah Gensler. Number 10, Sam Lair for the Vikings. Number 20, Jack Karst. 22, Noah Schumacher. 23, Cole Wiedmeyer. 28, Brendan Ebert. 55 is Peyton Backery. 60, Moses Metzger. 61, Sebi Paul. 72 is Oscar Bloom. And 75 is William Chop Simmons. For the Ledgers, number 8, Gavin Jans. Number 10, Lucas Ramaker. Number 21, Corbin Langfeld. 22 is John Kuhn. He has made a lot of really nice plays in both special teams and on the defensive side of the football. 24 is Brendan Gertig. 28, Nick Gilgenbach, who had that pick 6 a couple of weeks ago. Levi Hempfner, the main man in the middle for the linebacking core. He wears number 33. 40 is Caden Pitts. Number 62 is Noah Mowell. 74 is Luke Schwartz. And then 89, Josiah Mowell, who is having himself a nice season on the defensive side, especially statistically, Josiah Mowell. So those are the starters on defense for both of these crews. We're going to take another timeout. They're going to do the anthem and starters, and we'll be back with more of the Integrity Saw and Tool pregame show when we come back. Stay with us.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 976 East Johnson Street. Patrick Elistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 68 North Main Street. And Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
People have a reluctance to go see the dentist. It's an easy thing to put off or avoid altogether. But one visit to the caring professionals at Fondi Family Dental will change the way you think about the dentist. They provide quality family dental services to all ages in a happy, honest, and efficient manner that teaches and involves you on your custom plan. If you don't have insurance, ask about their new membership plan that can save you money. Call or schedule online today at FondiFamilyDental.com.
Hi, my name is Jim Dreyfus. I am one of the owners of Dufresne Moving and Storage. My grandfather started the business in 1931 with horse and wagon, and now we're a fourth generation company and have everything from Sprinter vans to 53-foot semis. We service the local community for both residential and commercial products.
Hi, my name is Craig. I do the estimating for Dufresne Moving and Storage. I will come into the home, take a look at what you want us to move. We do all 48 states. We also do local, and I will give you the estimate before I leave. Whether it's commercial or residential, you'll have a ballpark idea of what the move will cost. We also offer short-term storage with our storage on truck option. We also have long-term storage with our climate-controlled vault system. One of the unique characteristics of Dufresne is we have a dedicated permanent staff that's willing to go that extra mile for you. Call the office, the girls set me up with an estimate, and I'll be knocking on your door.
You dream it, we'll fabricate it. At Quest Interiors, we fabricate one-of-a-kind countertops just for your space, and buying direct saves you money. Visit our showrooms today in Oshkosh and Fond du Lac to start your transformation. Quest Interiors, exceptional style, exceptional savings.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen. I know a great team when I experience it, and Team Holiday is one of the best.
I think what keeps people coming back to Holiday is our people. Taking care of the customer is everybody's focus.
Delivering exceptional customer care.
It's what we do.
Get more truck or SUV for your buck, enticing offers, and more for your trade on a new or GM certified pre-owned Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
Back here at Fruth Field, Jordan King with you this evening. Glad to have you along. Thanks for joining us on RP Video Sports, Radio Plus Info. Today's game brought to you in part by PT Tire in service of Brandon. Big or small, they do it all. Call 346-TIRE. That's 346-TIRE. Pam and Tony are your tire experts. For emergency service, call 346-TIRE. Again, the Vikings and the Ledgers, hearing the starters for the Ledgers right now, and just a star-studded defense. And you know, you kind of get lost with Hempfner and Cullen King and some of the options he's got out wide. Sam Lucas, Sam Baker, Sam Kuhn. A lot of these offensive weapons that Springs boasts of. But man, this defense is something to watch. At least it has been so far this season, just giving up 13 points in their two Flyway Conference games. So it's going to take a special performance for the Vikings tonight if they're going to hand Springs their first conference loss of the season. And Springs continuing to roll and looking stronger and stronger each week. Coming up next, the Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff. From doors and gutters to roofs and siding, Right Way Home Improvement has you covered. Kick off your home project today. Contact Right Way Home Improvement for your free estimate. Call 920-929-8999. That's 920-929-8999. Or visit rightwaybuilt.com. Rightwaybuilt.com. It'll be Cole Rotman to send it into the air with that Right Way Home Improvement opening kickoff. And we'll get this thing rolling. Rotman, one of the better kickers I have seen at this level. Obviously, Springs, think back to a few years ago, they've had some good kickers, has St. Mary's Springs. But Rotman doing a nice job for them this season. There's no doubt about that. Very good on the kickoffs, But even in the kicking game, Rotman 3 for 4 this season, and then 12 for 12 on extra points. He puts his right arm into the air, and we're just about ready to get this crosstown rivalry game underway. Cole Wiedmeyer is the deep man for the Vikings, catches at the 6-yard line, and cuts back to the middle. Makes a cut back to the near side. Hole for him there. He's out past the 30, and a really good return for Wiedmeyer as the Vikings will get their first possession underway. Should be at about the 31, 32-yard line. We'll call it the 31 for our purposes up here. And the Vikings have a 69-yard field in front of them for their first possession of the ball game. Springs in their home blues. Got the black down the side, white trim. Vikings have the silver helmets with the Viking logo on the side, blue pants, and the white uniforms, blue numbers, and gray trim. Under center is junior Sam Lair, and already an early whistle. I was looking up for a flag to be flying through the air, none coming. Not sure what the whistle is for. They're going to move it back to the 30. So there you go. Little housekeeping done there. Thought the near side official whistled it at the 31, but instead they'll have it at the 30. They're going to come out throwing, will the Vikings. Lair's under pressure right away. Ellen sacked. What a play. Coming through is Noah Mowell. And Mowell had a couple of huge sacks in that Laconia game. He found it very easy to get past that Spartan offensive line and finds early success here against Winnebago Lutheran. That's a 6-yard loss for Lair. Vikings coming out a little bit aggressively. They want to run the football as much as anyone in this conference. Maybe not as much as anyone. I think Mayville would love to just turn and give to Schraffnagel and Springs with Hempfner, but not a good start for the Vikings. They move backwards. Here's the pitch to the far side. Around the right edge goes Wiedmeyer. He's going to get the lost yardage back, but not much more. Give him the 6, and it's going to be a 3rd and 10. Not the situation the Vikings want to be a part of, and I believe there's a marker down on the field as well. It's going to be a hold on WLA, so we'll see what Springs decides to do. Their coaching staff was pointing backwards, so I think they're going to move him back. Won't mess around with the 3rd and 10. Instead, they're going to make this a 2nd and forever. It'll be a 2nd and 22. 21 is what they'll put on the scoreboard. So wipe that 6-yard gain off for Cole Wiedmeyer. And the Vikings well behind the chains here early. 2nd and 21. The ball sitting inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. They got to get out to the 40 to get a first down, do the Vikings. A couple of running backs in the backfield. Cole is going, or pardon me, that's Lair going to now pull it down. Looked like he was going to try to throw the football. He lunges forward, and he's going to pick up about 5. Give him 5 on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd and long. Should be about a 3rd and 16 for the Vikings, and not a situation you want to put Lair and company in early on in this one. Chance for the Springs linebackers and that ferocious rush, Caden Pitts and Noah Mowell, along with number 74, Luke Schwartz. These guys like to get after the quarterback, put you in obvious passing situations. This is one of them. We'll see if the Vikings do pass the ball or if they maybe go conservative with something like a draw. Man in motion to the near side is Wiedmeyer. This looks like a draw. Now flipped around, and the end is pulled down. Caden Pitts, not fooled by a little bit of window dressing and the trickery from the Vikings. And a nice job there to stay at home on the far side. 2-yard gain for Wiedmeyer, and it's 4th and 14 for the Vikings. So looks like it's going to be a 3 and out for WLA. Couple of Springs players deep, and it'll be Lair to punt it away. WLA usually comes up in a set, and then Lair will drop back if he doesn't like what he sees, and that's what he does here. I can't imagine liking what you see when you're at 4th and 16 or 4th and 14, pardon me. Caught there at the 44-yard line, and making the catch and securing the possession was Gavin Jans, and Springs will start their first possession at their own 44. So good field position for the Vikings. They throw it away with a loss of yardage on first down and then a hold on second down, and then the punt gives Springs excellent field position. That was kind of a story in that Laconia game. Talked about that several times, how Laconia was unable to get any type of field position, and Springs usually had it right around midfield. That's where they are here, 44-yard line. Man in motion under center is King. Hands to Hempfner. Hempfner makes a man miss in the backfield. Round the outside. He just about stepped through a tackle. Nonetheless, he picks up 16 yards on that one, and Hempfner's off to a great start. Check that, 17 yards on the pickup. Or is that, got my yardages wrong. It was the 44 is where he started. So, yeah, 17 yards for Hempfner. So a nice start for him. Schroffnagel able to carve up the Vikings on the ground in the second half last week. And Hempfner trying to do the same thing here. Cuts back, and a nice job that time on the inside. Middle linebacker, I believe it was there. Moses Metzger, I believe, was the first one there for the Vikings. Sliding into that middle linebacker spot is Metzger. He's a sophomore. Give Hempfner a pair on that, 2nd and 8. You know, Hempfner runs the ball so well, does JT Koenigs. And then you got a couple of huge targets on the outside. I mean, if you want to throw it up to Ramaker, 6'4". Ramaker is the tight end on this set. On the near side, King turns, gives. And coming around this left side, not able to bounce it outside. I think that was Korb. And Jonathan Korb picks up another couple. It's going to set up about a 3rd and 5. He pushed his way for 3. That's a nice run from Korb. You know, Korb's kind of not fair to say he gets lost in the shuffle. Actually, just 2 yards picked up, so it is 2nd and 6. But with the way that Koenigs has started the season, along with Hempfner, it's kind of the case, and that's a dangerous offense if that's the case for them. On the out route, that was Baker. He had a step and was found a little bit of space out there. That was wide though from King, and King looks to the sideline. This is a tough place, kind of no man's land here for an offense, and we'll see. Sam Kuhn is running out there, and you would assume this would be an offensive play for Springs, even though it is 4th down. 4th and 5. Or, pardon me, 4th and 6. Couple of runs went for positive yardage after the big one from Hempfner to start off the drive. Here's the play action. Looking to the near side is King. Got a man there, and on the out route once again, getting free was Baker. And that was a nice throw by King, and it's going to pick up 10. They needed just 6. And after his first incompletion, Cullen King settles in with his first completion, and that to Sam Baker. Baker, that 5'11" senior slot receiver. 10-yard pickup. Ball sits at the 25-yard line, knocking on the door of the red zone, and a little bit closer now with Hempfner toting the ball straight up the middle, and he's tackled at the 21-yard line. Picks up 4 on that one, 2nd and 6. 7:13 and counting down here in the first quarter. Both of these teams like to run the football. Usually evaporates that clock quicker than you think. King will go under center. Running back to either side of him in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. That is Ahern. The give is to Hempfner. Hempfner inside the 15, down to the 12. They'll actually say his knee went down at the 13. And a first down there, pickup of 8 for Levi Hempfner. And just outside of the 10-yard line. And the Ledgers running right over the Vikings here on this opening possession. Upcoming, this will be the 8th play. Couple of chunk plays, otherwise just a methodical drive so far for St. Mary's Springs. Here's King to give up the middle to Koenigs, and he'll be inside the 10. Looks like he's down to about the 7-yard line. That's what we'll say. Give him 6. Nice run from Koenigs to just plow his head down and push the pile. Sam Kuhn back into the game. Sam Lucas trots to the sideline. Lucas back out there. Wanted to get him healthy before reincorporating him back onto this Springs roster, and he's good to see him back out there now. Receiver to either side. They're going to move Ramaker in motion. King takes the snap, turn, give Hempfner. He's met right away by Paul, and Sebastian Paul able to break that up in the backfield. Looks like Hempfner maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually looks like he lost a yard on that one. So sets up a third down and about 4. They're going to send number 47, Jacob Holmes, into the game. Extra lineman going in for the Ledgers. Thought it was 49 at first. 49 is Tommy Koenigs. He's done a nice job running the football, but just a powerful set here. They're going to move Holmes in motion. The turn, the give to Koenigs. Can he push his way into the end zone? He's going to have a first down regardless. They're going to say he's down at the goal line. So he needed about 8, got 7.
First and goal from the 1-yard line.
So 4 more chances at it for Springs from here. On a first possession that has they've just willed themselves down the field, trying to put the first score onto that Quest Interior scoreboard. Today's game brought to you by these Fond du Lac area Edward Jones Financial Advisors. Robert Bruce, Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Patrick Ellisted. They're making sense of investing. Here's the turn, the give. And JT Koenigs puts it into the end zone, and the Ledgers are the first on the board in this one. After forcing a 3-and-out for the Vikings, they moved down the field on, what was a 12-play drive by my count. We'll verify that, and Rotman will try to add the extra point. 11-play drive for the Ledgers. That's how you want to start a rivalry game. And going back to Coach Hyland's interview, he said, you're going to get your best shot from Winnebago Lutheran Academy. That's how you respond to it. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We will come back with more. This is Flyway Football on RP Video Sports.
For over 100 years, the name Cole is synonymous with quality fuels, lubricants, and propane. That's because Cole is the area's trusted source for farm, construction, and trucking companies, as they partner with these companies to help them achieve their unique goals. The team at Cole Oil and Propane is dedicated to serving you. They pride themselves on a customer-first approach and work hard to make sure you're satisfied. You can rely on Cole for prompt delivery, competitive prices, and quality service. Learn more at ColeOilAndPropane.com.
Back here at Fruth Field. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you. And it was an 11-play scoring drive there in that first half, or in that the first drive for Springs. And Rotman will going to send it deep here. 4 first downs by Mike. Actually, 5 first downs because they got the one at the goal line for Springs there. Every first down presented by Addison Jones Real Estate. Another first down means moving the chains. Call them, then call the movers. Addison Jones Real Estate. Rotman sends it deep. It's going to go to Noah Gensler. Gensler, the dangerous receiver for the Vikings. And a couple of big hits on that return. It was Jack Karsk got knocked over, and so did Noah Schumacher by a couple of coverage men. I think one of them was Tommy Koenigs, who just put a belt on one of the WLA blockers. And WLA will start their next drive. Not great field position either. This is from the 26. And 4:18 to go here in the first quarter. They got to kind of get things rolling here if you're the Vikings. So Lair will be under center. Two receivers to either side and 2 running backs in the backfield. Got a tight end as well. Lair gives it to Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer around the right side and dives his way forward. Looked like he got about 9 yards. We'll see where the spot is. They're going to give him 8. No, they will. They'll move it up to a 9-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd and 1. That was a little bit better from the Vikings. On the first drive, came out with a passing play that lost 5.5 or 6 yards and really put them behind the chains early. So this is a little bit more what WLA is looking to do, and that is stay ahead of the chains and allow yourself to be a little bit more unpredictable on offense. Here's Wiedmeyer once again around the right side. He's hit by Hempfner, but not before picking up another 6. So there's 15 yards for Wiedmeyer on a couple of carries to get this drive rolling for the Vikings out past the 40 to the 41-yard line. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Springs just flows to the football defensively, as you would expect from a well-coached team. Just flows to the football so well defensively and got the speed to be able to kind of string those plays out. But Wiedmeyer did a nice job there to pick up 15 on a couple of carries. Here's a little misdirection, and on the counter play, it's Noah Schumacher with his first carry of the night, and Schumacher goes for 9. So a little bit better of a start this time for the Vikings. Ball out to midfield, and the Vikings knocking on the door of their first trip to Springs territory. Lair trots to the sideline to get his call. Gensler to the near side, as is Schumacher. Lair under center with Wiedmeyer in the backfield along with Brendan Ebert. This is the first carry of the night for Ebert, and he's slung down after picking up the first down. Looked like it was a gain of 4. Oh, check that. That was, I believe that was, they said Schumacher. It was Schumacher.
23
Wiedmeyer, actually. Wiedmeyer not usually in that position on offense, but he picks up 4 there. And the first trip into the Ledger territory for the Vikings. 2 receivers to the near side. Wiedmeyer back behind Lair. Lair takes the snap. This one's to Wiedmeyer for sure. And he gains 3. That's another nice run by the Vikings, just trying to stay ahead of the chains. They're going to actually say he picked up 4 there as Wiedmeyer fell forward. And that's just, the Vikings got to be able to respond to these long scoring drives from Springs with long drives of their own. Got to sustain something offensively. That was the problem last week when Mayville put on their run. They couldn't sustain drives. They went 3 and out. Heard Coach Lair talk about that. Here's another quick snap. Saw the Vikings do that a lot against Lemira. The quick snap, and Lair just takes it straight up the middle. It must just be something Lair sees. Picked up 4 there. 3rd and 2. But Lair comes up to the line of scrimmage. He must just see the nose tackle or a gap that he likes. He takes the quick snap and darts forward for a nice pickup. 3rd and 2. Somewhere between a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 for the Vikings. Probably 4 down territory here as they're kind of in that same no man's land area. Springs almost jumped. Instead, the give is to Ebert. Ebert trying to wrestle his way through. I think he came up short. We'll see where the final spot is, but they aren't stopping the clock, so I think that would suggest that this is going to be 4th down. It is, so Ebert maybe got a yard there.
Wilcox on the tackle.
And Wilcox was the first one there
4th and 1.
For Springs. Adam Wilcox, number 52, senior, 5'11", 185 pounds. And there are 6 Springs players down on their knees ready to defend a 4th and inches. Big play here early. Last play of the first quarter, they're going to throw it back to Schumacher. Schumacher's got a dart ahead, spins through a tackle, and Noah Schumacher on the last play of the first quarter will have just enough. I think that'll be a running play. The pass was backward. But WLA inside the 35-yard line for the first time as Schumacher picked up a pair. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. That's moving the chains with Addison Jones. Call them, then call the movers. End of the first quarter. We're going to take a minute of timeout and come back with more. This is Flyway Football on RP Video Sports.
Hey,
Fond du Lac's best-kept secret is no more. Operation Best Chicken and Friday Fish from a C-Store is out. Pioneer Pit Stop. Yes, Pioneer Pit Stop has some of the best takeout in town. The best part, no reservations needed. No need to drive halfway across the country. No special dress code, other than you need to be dressed. You're in and out with piping hot chicken or fish that you thought came from a supper club. Of course, fuel, beer, liquor, ice, snacks, groceries, and tons of other things we all need are always in stock. Pioneer Pit Stop, 20 East Pioneer Road across from Tucker's on South Main Street. It's Fishlicious.
A new career path awaits you. Spectrum is hiring in your area and offering a starting wage of $20 an hour. Whether you're looking to help customers, share knowledge, make connections, or enjoy uncapped earning potential, there's a spot for you at Spectrum, the nation's fastest growing internet, TV, and mobile provider. Plus, get paid on the job training, affordable healthcare coverage, market leading savings plan, and complimentary Spectrum services. Visit jobs.spectrum.com today.
Welcome back to Fruth. Jordan King with you, and the Vikings have it 1st and 10 in Ledger territory. Here's an early flag, offside on Spring, so a free 5 yards here given to the Vikings as they continue on what is a sustained drive for them. 9th play of the drive coming up for WLA, and got a free one there, free couple yards. Today's game sponsored in part by J&J Trucking of Brandon. Ship safe and on time without breaking the bank. They'll get you where you want to go, now hiring truck drivers. Competitive pay up to $70,000 per year, a $1,000 sign-on bonus, and more. Go to jjtruckingbrandon.com, jjtruckingbrandon.com. Vikings will send Schumacher in motion. The pitch to Wiedmeyer. He is eaten up, swallowed up by Caden Pitts. Caden Pitts was the first one there. Jacob Holmes was there as well. And that is a heck of a play by a couple of linemen for Springs. And they give the penalty yardage back. And then a little bit more. It's 2nd and 11. Wiedmeyer lost 6 on the play. And the Vikings right back into this situation where they're back behind the chains now. So Lair will try to remedy that. Here, Revez is the tight end on the near side. Gensler and Schumacher up top. Gensler in motion. Comes across the middle. Now on an out pattern. Found by Lair. That's a nice pass by Sam Lair. Gensler's into the open field. Driven out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That was a nice pickup for the Vikings. Should be about 15 yards, depending on the spot. They're going to say it's 14 on the pickup from Lair to Gensler. So not a lot of success through the air so far. Ledgers haven't needed it. Vikings needed it there, and they found it with their top receiver, Noah Gensler. Gensler got free almost inexplicably a couple of times against Lemire as they snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat, but he averages 16.1 yards per catch. Big play guy for the Vikings. Here's Wiedmeyer. Pitts was in the backfield once again. That time Wiedmeyer able to slither his way through a couple of Springs players, and a pickup of 2 for Wiedmeyer. I'll tell you what, that's one of those plays where you get 2 yards and it feels like you gain 10. It was that kind of run for Wiedmeyer. A lot of plays on this drive for the Vikings. Now, normally you say that's good for football because you have your defense off the field. Obviously, at this level, a lot of guys go both ways, especially in the trenches for the Vikings. So, not so sure that helps you a ton. But it is nice from a momentum standpoint to keep a drive going. That's Ebert once again, picked up a yard. Should be 3rd and 7, maybe 3rd and 8. We'll call it a long 7 up here. 10 minutes and 6 seconds and counting down here in the first half. 7-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And the Vikings trying to keep this drive going. They have a freshman kicker, do the Vikings, Gannon Schwartz. So should they kick a field goal, Schwartz has not attempted a field goal, though, this year. So not sure what that would look like. Obviously, this is probably fringe field goal range for the Vikings anyway. And Vikings going to have to take a timeout here. We're going to take it with them. 9:32 to go in the second quarter. Springs leads WLA 7-0. You're watching Flyway Football on RP Video Sports. Stay with us.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we believe in happy accidents, like in 1964, when a Buffalo, New York restaurant owner accidentally bought chicken wings instead of chicken necks. The 60s were a crazy time. Well, decades later, and the mistake-turned masterpiece is now at Pizza Ranch. Introducing our new traditional and boneless chicken wings, tossed in our signature sauces. 2 more ways to get the country's best chicken available for carryout and delivery. Maybe it wasn't an accident after all, just delicious fate. Pizza Ranch. Mmm.
Memorial Field. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you. Today's game brought to you in part by Capelli Brothers and Diedrich of Fond du Lac, building for the future since 1948. Commercial and office, industrial and manufacturing, warehouse, storage, and more. Trust the best and trust Capelli Brothers and Diedrich. Plan for success today. Carpentry, concrete, masonry, and more. Log on CapelliDiedrich.com. That's CAPELLE DIEDRICH, CapelliDiedrich.com. So the Vikings coming out of a timeout. You could see the back judge was counting down, so that's the play clock at the high school level, and they knew it was running out on them. Had to take the timeout, didn't get the play in time. Here's Gensler on another out pattern. Did he catch it in bounds? No. Slipped out of his hands on the out route, and that would have given the Vikings about a 4th and 2. Instead, slips through his hands, so it's 4th and 7, 4th and 8. And what do the Vikings do here? Have not attempted a field goal as of yet this season. And you're probably thinking field goals probably are not going to win this game against Springs here tonight. So it's going to take some of these challenging plays. You got to pull them off. It's got to be a special night for the Vikings. Come out of here with a win. Win that would shock many in the Flyway Conference, I think. So under center, Lair will go. Wiedmeyer, Ebert in the backfield. Revez is the tight end on one side. I believe that's Gensler on the far side. Schumacher in motion. Lair takes it, trying to find a man over the middle. Now has Wiedmeyer on the far side. Is it picked? It is picked. That is number 8, Gavin Jans. Jans is off to the races. Paul is there. He picks up a block, and Jans is crossing the field. Can he pick up another block? Gensler runs him down. What a play. Gavin Jans picked it off at the goal line, ran it out to the 41-yard line. And there goes the momentum straight back to Springs. That was a nice play from Jans. Lair thought he had Wiedmeyer. I did too. I did not see Jans at the goal line. He just stayed at home. Great discipline from Gavin Jans, and Springs retakes the football. Here's Korb around the right side. And he picks up a pair. Obviously, so many times at so many different levels of football, you see the shot play right after a turnover. Not that time. Springs just going back to their bread and butter, which is running the football. And how could you blame them after an 11-play drive that took the ball 56 yards on their first possession? 8 minutes and 37 and counting down here in the first half from Fruth Field. What's next for Springs? WLA's got a bow up here. Vikings trying to stop this potent attack. Hempfner, nice feet, steps over a couple of would-be tacklers, and that's another one of those runs that picks up 3 that feels like more. Especially if you're a defense, that can be a little bit demoralizing for the Vikings. If you think you get a hand on him in the backfield, just a strong player steps through. 3rd and 6 for the Ledgers. Ball sitting right on the beak of the the Cardinal out there at midfield. Fondy walk-off winners last night over Oshkosh North. Hit a field goal as time expired. Cullen King looking to the near side, getting open and making the catch is Lucas. Skies up in Viking territory and gets the first down, picks that one up. They'll say he picked up 10 on that play. Nice throw from King. Asked his man, Lucas, to climb the ladder, and Sam Lucas did that. Ball into Viking territory for the second time in 2 tries for Springs. Under 7.5 minutes to play in the first half, which has so far been dominated by Springs. Here's an option look for them. King is hit, pitches to Korb, and Korb, nice job by the Vikings to string that out. Gensler was one of the ones stringing it out. A couple of other Vikings got in on it. Alec Oberg, Sebi Paul, both in on the play, along with Moses Metzger from that inside linebacker spot. Korb's actually going to lose a yard on the play, make it 2nd and 11. This will be the 5th play of the drive. Vikings were stymied in the red zone, or just outside the red zone, just a couple of minutes ago. Here's Korb around the right side. Metzger's the first one there making the play. Got a little bit of help from his teammate as well, but Korb able to pick up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7. Got that lost yardage back, and then a couple of more. And the Vikings going to take another timeout here. So this is the second timeout for the Vikings. We're going to take it with them, and we'll come back with more. Springs looks in control here early, but it's still a 1-score game on that Quest Interiors scoreboard. Back with more. This is Flyway Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Now more than ever, hospitality, restaurants, and retail enterprises demand the quality and innovation LK Interior Systems delivers. EIS takes ever-changing design trends and transforms them into meaningful and memorable customer experiences. Take pride in your work and apply at lkinteriorsystems.com.
Hi, I'm Shannon Schill from LK Interior Systems in Fond du Lac. We are thrilled to be adding to our family. Our shift times can be uniquely flexible because we understand that there's life outside of work. Go to lkinteriorsystems.com to learn more about our open positions.
Seconds left on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Jordan King with you. Glad to have you along this evening. And Springs, it was, by the way, added it up there during the break. It was a 12-play drive when all was said and done for the Vikings, and lost it on the 13th play of the drive on that Lair interception by Gavin Jans. Here's a shot down the near side. Lair has a chance to make a play, and he's pulled down by Lucas. Nice defending by the wide receiver from Springs. Lair had an opportunity to pick off Cullen King on the possession after he was picked off just a couple minutes ago. That would have been a big momentum play, although, well, we'll see if Springs doesn't look like they have any ideas of punting this ball away, even though it's 4th and 7. Yeah, they got King out there still. On the near side, Sam Baker comes trotting over to the near side. Ramaker's the tight end on the top. Couple of running backs. 4th and 7. Screen pass set up. Looks like it's a good one. Ramaker breaks the tackle. Has a couple blockers out ahead. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Springs. Cullen King stood in with Chop Simmons bearing down on him, threw it out of the grasp of the lineman of the Vikings, and the screen was set up perfectly for Springs. Ramaker did the rest, and it's a big play touchdown for St. Mary's Springs. 37 yards to the house. That was beautiful. And Rotman will come on to add the extra point. Ball down, kick up, kick good. Rotman stays perfect on the season on extra points, and will take a timeout. 14-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Back with more after this. Flyway Football on rpvideosports.com.
Hi everyone, I'm Josh Schneider with Silica for Your Home. We get innovative products in every day at Silica. I think one of the coolest things we have right now is something we don't even sell, our new digital price tags. We know you're busy, so these tags do the shopping for you. They search the internet twice a day, and if they find a product at a lower price, it automatically changes the Silica price. Shop Silica for the best sales, service, and pricing every day. So come on in and check them out. We hope to see you soon.
14-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Number 14 for Springs. Cole Rotman will send it deep to the Vikings, and Springs has grasped the momentum back firmly into their camp as they kick this back to the Vikings. That's Schumacher on the return. And, just lost his footing. Looked like he had a seam, but he's out past the 30 to the 31 for the Vikings, and that's where they'll start their next drive. 13 plays on the last possession, but it doesn't end up in anything. And, against this Springs team, you can't be in the business of moral victories. Got to be able to finish those drives out, and that's why they had to go for it on the 4th and 9, throw the ball on what looked like a decent play. Gavin Jans did a nice job to stay home. The senior, 6'2", went up, out-jumped Cole Wiedmeyer, picked it off, took it back 41 yards, and a couple plays later, that's all she wrote as Ramaker trotted into the end zone for Springs. Here's the give to Ebert, and Ebert is out to the 35-yard line for the Vikings, so he picks up 4 on that one. So far, and we're inside, ticking down to 5 minutes left here in this first half that has moved very rapidly, as you would expect, between a couple of teams that want to run the football. But WLA, not the same success as they felt last week against that very good Mayville squad. And that's passes dropped by Schumacher as he kind of angry at himself, not able to make the play on the far side. Had a blocker out in front. Lair put it on him.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen.
The interview with Laconia's coaching staff that we had here on Radio Plus Info, and they told Nick, you gotta feel like you gotta play a perfect game to beat Springs. And that was the case for Laconia. They're not able to play a perfect game, and so far for the Vikings, not able to play a perfect game either. In motion, here's that's Schumacher on the misdirection. And once again, Springs disciplined to stay home. Caden Pitts makes the play, and Schumacher loses yardage once again. Just the Vikings can't get anything going. They've tried misdirection. They've tried power. They've tried runs to the edges. Just nothing doing against this strong, fast, elite defensive unit for Springs that has given up 13 points so far this conference season and has yet to give up anything to the Vikings here. This punt angling towards the sideline from Lair takes a Viking bounce, and it'll be down at the 35, just outside the 35-yard line, which is where Springs will take over possession. 4.5 minutes to play here, and a penalty flag down on the field. We'll check that, see where that moves, if it gives Springs a better field position or if it's the first time that Springs will have bad starting field position. I saw a personal foul signal given by one of the officials, and it looks like they're marching Springs backwards. So it would have been at the 35, so that'll set Springs back to their 20. Did not see anyone. Normally sometimes when you get those personal fouls, you can hear the pads and you can see someone drop down on the field. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary there, but they got something on the Springs unit. So a 3-and-out for the Vikings. That's their second 3-and-out of the evening. And Springs will start their third drive, up 2 scores already. Here's Korb, has Hempfner out ahead. Oh, Korb, he could be gone. He's at the 40. Here's midfield, caught by Ebert. Nice pursuit by Brendan Ebert of the Vikings, but Korb takes it from his own 20 into Viking territory. It's at the 43. A run of 38 yards for Jonathan Korb. 4:16 to go. Hurry up offense here for Springs. Under center, Cullen King, and a false start. Ramaker moving up a little bit too quickly, so Springs will go back to 1st and 15. Another first down means moving the chains, presented by Addison Jones Real Estate. Call them, then call the movers. Addison Jones Real Estate. Springs has had no problem finding those first downs. Had 5 of them on the first drive, a couple of them on that second drive before Ramaker made the big play on the screen pass from Cullen King. Then a 38-yard pickup there from Rotman. Here's Hempfner. Oh, just about broke loose there. Looked like Hempfner might have even lost his footing. Lair on the tackle, but that goes from the 42 down to the 28-yard line. So we'll call that a pickup of 12 for Levi Hempfner. And a pickup of 17 for Hempfner. And Koenigs gets loose. 3 plays to the house for Springs. Koenigs steps through a couple of would-be tacklers and takes it in from 23 yards. My goodness. 80 yards on 3 runs, and Springs has a 3-touchdown lead. .334 on the clock. Rotman out to tack on the PAT. He's perfect on them this season. Up and good once again. 21-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. We'll take a timeout, come back with more. This is Flyway Football on rpvideosports.com.
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our 4th generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademan's and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Fruth Memorial Field, and it's sent deep by Rotman. Here's Gensler. Gensler tries to cut it back to the inside and switch the field. He's going to be cut down at the 22-yard line, and the Vikings just can't get anything going in terms of field position. Their own 30, their own 26, own 31, and own 22. That's where the Vikings have started their possessions so far tonight. Couple of 3-and-outs. That 13-play possession on the second possession that ended up with a Gavin Jans pick for Springs. And Springs perfect offensively. Or just about. Certainly perfect in terms of scoring. They lead 21-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Brendan Ebert with the carry for the Vikings. He's wrangled in the backfield. He's going to lose 3, maybe 4. As Springs once again just stringing the Vikings offensive line out and getting to the running back. They're going to credit the tackle with Noah Mowell there on the edge. Noah Mowell, number 62. Josiah Mowell, of course, has been quiet tonight. And obviously, if Josiah Mowell, you know, all secondary players will tell you if they've been quiet, that means they're shutting their guys down. But Vikings haven't thrown the ball much either. 2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss. The Vikings run it straight up the middle. And I think Springs is probably going to start using some timeouts here. We'll see. I didn't see a signal. They stopped the clock. Yeah, there's the signal for the Ledger timeout. We're going to take it with them. Ledger's going to start using their timeouts. They want the ball back before halftime here, see if they can extend this lead. It's currently 21-0. This is Flyway Football on RP Video Sports.
Winfield Homes is a locally owned, custom home building company of over 25 years that prides itself on great service, high quality, and providing the best building experience possible. Owners Jim Boudry and Jason Zellner are there for you every step of the way to ensure that your new home is built just the way you've dreamed it to be. With the same passion that they have for their clients' homes, Jim and Jason are proud supporters of and are personally involved in youth sports programs and are truly committed to their success. Winfield Homes wishes you all the best of luck this season.
When you hire the attorneys at Everson & Gibbs, you're getting more than professional representation. The attorneys at Everson & Gibbs are committed to excellence and have been successfully representing their clients since 2005, practicing business law, estate planning, probate, guardianships, and real estate. They work closely with their clients, providing exceptional legal services that are catered specifically to their needs. Call Everson & Gibbs at 920-922-7113 or go to eversonandgibbs.com.
And 14 here from inside their own 20-yard line for the Vikings. Glad to have you back here for the Ledgers and the Vikings on RP Video Sports. Today's game is sponsored in part by PT Tire and Service of Brandon. Big or small, they do it all. Call 346-TIRE. That's 346-TIRE. Pam and Tony are your tire experts for an emergency and emergency services. Call 346-TIRE. Lara under center, sends a man, that's Gensler in motion, drops back to pass, steps up, this one's overthrown, looking for Gensler downfield, and Mowell on the coverage. Just talked about Josiah Mowell. He was in the right place there defensively, and made a nice play to cover up Noah Gensler. So it looks like Ledgers will get the ball back. Jamison Ahern and Gavin Jans will be the two that stand right at midfield for the Ledgers. At their own 49, I guess, is where they're going to settle down. Nick Holmes says, go Springs. Well, if you're a Springs fan, you love what you've seen so far, that's for sure. 21-0, and they have their last two possessions, they've scored quickly. And they're going to get the ball in Viking territory as this punt angles toward the sideline. It's going to bound out of bounds at the 47, I believe, if I can see across the field. That's a good spot. I don't think I could be a good official. Those guys give those guys a lot of props, a lot of respect for what they do. They do a tough job that no one likes you. But that was a good spot on that far side. I just say that because he agreed. 47-yard line in plus territory for Springs as they try to extend this to a 4-touchdown lead. And a timeout here for, I was going to say, I don't think Springs would use one. They're going to flip that around. Timeout for the Vikings. They are in a little bit of trouble here. They trail 21-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. We're going to take the timeout with them. This is Flyway Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hey, I'm Jeff Cornelli. I'm the owner of Tabard on the Avenue, Bob's on the Avenue, Just Love Coffee on the Avenue. Just Love Coffee is a franchise out of Nashville, Tennessee. We actually interviewed 30 different people, and these people are above and beyond better than anybody else. 90% of the money that is made in the coffee shop is donated to charities. There's nothing in Fond du Lac like this business. It's very upscale, it's family oriented. We got kids games, the kids can play their games, the families can come here at birthday parties and have coffee at the same time.
Hi, this is Danny and Heather with AirTech Heating. At AirTech, our motto is honesty, integrity, and quality craftsmanship.
When it comes to your home, you want the person working on your equipment to be upfront and tell you what you need.
But also what you don't need. We deliver whatever it takes service to take care of you. Our technicians are NATE certified, meaning they are the most highly trained in the industry to be servicing your equipment.
If you're stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, call our team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742.
Memorial Field, glad to have you along. Jordan King with you. Cullen King under center. He steps up in the pocket, has a man down the near side. That's Kuhn picked off. Nice play by Sam Lair. Sam Kuhn got behind the defense. It was a little bit underthrown. Lair skied for it and made the diving interception. So Springs used one timeout to get the football back. And then on the first play of this drive, King throws it down the near side. Shot play, trying to get the quick score. And the Vikings will retake possession. So at least for the Vikings' sake, you stop the bleeding a little bit. That'll be placed at the 16-yard line. So the Vikings still have to dig themselves out of poor field position. 2 minutes and 19 seconds left here. Couple of receivers to the top. Wiedmeyer is in the slot. It's Gensler split out wide. Schumacher is in tight with the line. Lair drops back to pass. That one's batted away. What a play. That's number 62, Noah Mowell, who gets his hand on the pass. And that's just a terrific play by Mowell. Stops rushing the passer, sees it's a quick hitter, and instead of continuing to be engaged, he disengages with the offensive lineman, gets big, gets his hands out, able to swat that one away. Nice play. 2:15 to go in the first half. High school sports today on Radio Plus Info, presented by Edward Jones and your local Edward Jones financial advisors. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Vikings trying to make sense of this Ledger defense. Here's Wiedmeyer with the most space he's had to run, and there's a flag telling you why, I think. He had the most space to run. I think they're going to get a holding penalty here. It was an early flag. They'll undoubtedly move WLA back after Wiedmeyer picked up a nice gain. Like I said, that was the most space he had to run, and I guess that explains why. Flag sits at the 20-yard line, so if they march it off from there, it'll be a second down, and they're going to place it at the 10. So a 2nd and 16 for the Vikings. And just when you think they get something going, just not clean enough for WLA here this evening. 21-0. Touchdowns for Springs so far. JT Koenigs has 2 of them. Early bid for player of the game maybe for Springs. Gypped Koenigs out of the player of the game in the Darlington game. He had a monster game there. We gave it to Hempfner instead. But Koenig's got a couple of them. Hempfner, you could wash, rinse, repeat with Levi Hempfner being the player of the game. If you just said that, no one would complain. But a couple of TDs so far for Koenigs. Then the big 37-yard touchdown strike on the tunnel screen that was set up. Nice job by Cullen King to stand in under pressure, find Lucas Ramaker. Here's Wiedmeyer. Oh, hit in the backfield by a couple of Springs players. The first one there was Jacob Holmes. And Nick Holmes, who said go Springs before, that's his brother. Jacob Holmes just made a nice play, and Springs going to take another one of their timeouts here. An opportunity after forcing the Vikings into third and very, very long. We'll give you a number for that when we come back. We're going to take a timeout with them. This is high school sports. It's Flyway football on Radio Plus Info.
Today's game is brought to you by Edward Jones and these area Edward Jones financial advisors. Robert Bruce, located at 976 East Johnson Street. Patrick Ellistad, located at 560 Fond du Lac Avenue. Matt Moses, located at 68 North Main Street. And Jeff Wills, located at 649 Fond du Lac Avenue. Good luck to all athletes in today's game. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
2 minutes and 4 seconds on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Jordan King with you. Just saw the friendly, smiling faces of your local Edward Jones advisors. They're making sense of investing and bringing you tonight's contest between the Ledgers and the Vikings. And it's been all Ledgers here in this first half. It is 3rd and 21, I do believe. If I got my yardage right, it might even be 23. Yeah, we'll call it 21. I did some quick counting, and the PA went with it, so that's what we'll go with. 3rd and 21. And the Ledgers have that one timeout left remaining that you can see on the Quest Interiors scoreboard up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. So if they stop the Vikings, how about a safety? Coming off the edge once again is Holmes. Have yourself a first half, Jacob Holmes. Kuhn was there too. Maybe it was Kuhn was there first, but Holmes was in the area as well. And it's 23-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard now on the safety. And the Vikings trying to get Lair onto the perimeter. Wow. That was a nice play by the Springs defense, and now the Vikings will have to punt the ball back. You were hoping they were going to have to punt the ball back regardless after that play unless they picked up 22 yards. And instead they give up a couple of points in the process. Well, going back to that coach's smile interview, and I know it takes a lot to meet the high standards of Coach Highland, but if he's not smiling after this performance, now again, it's not perfect. Wasn't perfect from Springs here in this first half, but in the pregame interview he said, we never play well against these guys. Well, how's this? I'd say this is a pretty good first half performance for Springs. They'll have a chance to extend it as Gannon Schwartz will send it deep. His first opportunity to kick off tonight, and you would have hoped if you were a Vikings fan that it was going to come after a score. Not the case. Comes after a safety as he'll line drive this one. Goes off of a Springs player trying to get a number there. It's 35, and that's Weston Hempfner. And Weston takes it into Viking territory. It'll be Ledger football at the plus 40-yard line with 1:52 left in the first half. 23-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. If you're just joining us, the first 3 possessions for Springs resulted in touchdowns. The Vikings have had 3 3-and-outs and then another 3-and-out, or would have been 3-and-out there, but the third down play was John Kuhn wrangling down Viking quarterback Sam Lair in the end zone and getting the safety. So opportunity here for Springs to even put a few more points on the scoreboard here before halftime. Ball sits at the 50-yard line after an illegal block in the back penalty. The turn and the give is to Korb, and he picks up just a yard into Viking territory at the plus 49 for Springs. Back under center goes King, 1 minute and 35 seconds left. Now he'll drop back to pass, out route to Sam Kuhn, and it's just out of a little wide of Sam Kuhn. Had Ramaker streaking down the middle out of the slot, and Ramaker kind of had the hands up, calling for the football. Instead, King went with the out route. Running the play in is Jamison Ahern. Minute 31 left in this first half. And Springs, see what they got up there, what kind of tricks they got up their sleeve here on a 3rd and 9. Ramaker is the tight end attached at the top of the screen. He goes out for a pass. Oh, swallowed up. Chop Simmons, and I believe it's Sebi Paul for the Vikings. Able to bring down Cullen King, and we may see the first punt of the night for the Ledgers as the Vikings able to stop the Ledgers on back-to-back possessions for the first time tonight. The one-play possession where Sam Lair was able to pick off Cullen King, and then now the big sack by Simmons and Paul, making it a 4th and, we'll call it 16 yards. Vikings can't stop the clock, though, and I'm not sure they want to at this point in the first half anyways. 44 and counting down as the back judge counts down last couple seconds of the play clock. It's Ramaker to send it deep. Schumacher's the deep man for the Vikings. Will he pick it up? He will at the 15-yard line. Dart ahead to the 20. Decent 5-yard return for Noah Schumacher. But with 31 seconds left in a massive deficit, you would kind of assume, even though the Vikings have to kick the ball back off to Springs to start the second half, that's bad enough news. Don't want to make it any worse here. Well, we'll see. Maybe the Vikings will get aggressive.
First and 10 Vikings from their own 21.
They're going to say Schumacher got out to the 21-yard line. Well, they're not in victory formation. Well, kneel-down formation, we'll call it at this stage. So they're going to try to run the football, turn the give to Cole Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer is stacked up in the backfield,
Wiedemeyer on the carry.
and he lost another 2 yards. And we'll see if the Vikings even want to snap this thing, or if they just want to run to the halftime locker room and try to regroup this thing here at Fruth. It's gone south in a hurry for the Vikes, and they look a little bit demoralized as they walk off the far side of the field. Springs, meanwhile, jogging to the south end zone, or the south end zone, and they'll head to the halftime intermission. Hope you'll stick around with us at halftime. Got the holiday automotive intermission highlights, as well as Taco Bell trivia. All of that coming up here on the halftime show. So they'll put 15 minutes on the clock. We'll take a 3-minute timeout here. Come back with more. This is Flyway Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen. I know a great team when I experience it, and Team Holiday is one of the best.
I think what keeps people coming back to Holiday is our people. Taking care of the customer is everybody's focus.
Delivering exceptional customer care.
It's what we do.
Get more truck or SUV for your buck, enticing offers, and more for your trade on a new or GM-certified pre-owned Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 cents for the future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com.
The greatest gift a parent can give their children is hope for a better tomorrow. We offer that Christian hope at Winnebago Lutheran Academy. WLA is a premier Christian high school open to the Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, and surrounding communities. We participate in the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program and offer generous financial aid, making this private Christian education accessible to all. Schedule a tour today at WLAVikings.org.
Are you unsure of what career path you want to take? Musa Sheet Metal is looking for motivated individuals to join their highly regarded apprenticeship program. Throughout the program, you'll learn the skills to be able to run your own job site. A career at Musa Sheet Metal is a chance to join a driven team working together to design and build products to help build communities. Learn more at musasheetmetal.com. That's musasheetmetal.com.
Build products that build communities. Apply at musasheetmetal.com.
What can I get for $5?
You can become a member of Fond du Lac Credit Union and get some pretty amazing benefits.
Really? Like what?
As a member of Fond du Lac Credit Union, you can take advantage of all that they have to offer, including fewer fees, the best loan rates, in-house lending, and access to all the amazing programs and services.
Wow!
The cherry on top, when you become a member, you become part owner.
That sounds like a great deal for only $5.
Sure is. And it's super simple to sign up.
I'd like to order that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We only sell coffee here.
Problems slow you down, a call to Bernhard only takes a minute. For over 50 years, Bernhard Plumbing has provided professional plumbing services to Mayville and surrounding communities. From septic systems and sewers to drains and dairy to new faucets and fixtures, Bernhard Plumbing does it all and does it right. Stay in the game. Make the call. 387-3925. Bernhard Plumbing, taking a leak and fixing it.
March & Schmidt has been a global leader in the manufacture of industrial food cutting solutions for over 55 years. Our staff is committed to using leading-edge technology to create custom designs specifically for the food industry. March & Schmidt is proud of our manufacturing process and strive to produce the highest quality machinery every day. We're focused on one thing, satisfying our customers and giving them the best quality product. A complete turnkey solution provider, integrating both processing and packaging equipment. Our team is focused on our customers' overall success, while the family values drive our relationships.
Back here, Jordan King with you. Halftime between the Ledgers and the Vikings. And it's 23-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Today's broadcast, built by Capelli Brothers and Diedrich of Fond du Lac. Building for the future since 1948. Commercial and office, industrial and manufacturing, warehouse, storage, and more. Trust the best and trust Capelli Brothers and Diedrich. Plan for success today. Carpentry, concrete, masonry, and more. Log on to CapelliDiedrich.com. That's CapelliDiedrich.com. Glad to have you along. A first half that if you are a Springs fan, you...
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me.
Possessions, and then their last two just had four plays for their last two possessions. Had a 3-and-out on their final possession of the first half, and the possession before that, the first play, it was a Cullen King interception as they took a shot trying to extend that lead here in the first half. Some highlights brought to you by Holiday Automotive. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip, and, well, speaking of trips, the Ledgers made 3 of them to the end zone in the first half, and the one that I would say was the highlight was the 37-yard shot from Cullen King to Lucas Ramaker, and I say it was a shot. It really wasn't a long pass at all. Really, air yards was maybe 4 or 5, and Ramaker did the rest, but that's not to take away anything from Cullen King because he stood tough in the pocket. It was not he had William Chop Simmons from Winnebago was latched onto his right leg, and he was still able to stand in the pocket, find his tight end Ramaker, and Ramaker did the rest, running down that left sideline, taking it 37 yards to the house. So that was the big play in the first half, but I say that the next drive, it took 3 plays to go 80 yards for Springs. Korb ripped off a 38-yard pickup, then 19 from Levi Hempfner, and finished off by J.T. Koenig's his second touchdown of the night, and picked up 23 yards on that one. So all added up, Koenig's had 31 yards in that first half to go with his 2 touchdowns. Hempfner had 51 yards on the ground, and we'll get you Korb's final statistics as we go throughout tonight as well, but nice night for him as well. 57 yards through the air for Cullen King, 37 yards of those to Ramaker, and Ramaker obviously, as I mentioned, had the touchdown as well. Couple of picks in that first half, one for the either team. Sam Lair, who is the quarterback for the Vikings, who I had him for 33 yards in that first half. That pretty much all came on one possession for WLA, and then lost a bunch later on in the half as well. So WLA finding it tough road here against this elite Springs defense. And then for Springs, it was Gavin Jans who picked off Lair to keep the Vikings off the scoreboard there in that first quarter. So these teams go back and forth, but so far all the shots landed by Springs and nothing yet from WLA.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
All that melty cheese you crave with double the steak is back at Taco Bell. The double steak grilled cheese burrito.
Back here, Jordan King with you on Radio Plus Info. Thanks for joining us this evening. Glad to have you along. 23-0, Springs in control here. Halftime Taco Bell trivia. We've been easy on you so far, so we're gonna dig a little deeper here. Make you do some research if you want this one, or well, if you know it, be the first one to email us at rpvideosports@gmail.com. This is brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell now hiring in Fond du Lac at both the East and West Johnson Street locations. Taco Bell trivia brought to you by Taco Bell. First correct email to rpvideosports@gmail.com with Levi Hempfner. Now, he doesn't have any touchdowns tonight, so there's your hint. No, you don't have to add any touchdowns tonight. How many touchdowns does Levi Hempfner have on the season? Levi Hempfner, the Ledgers haven't actually scored through the air yet. How many touchdowns does Hempfner have on the season? And email that to rpvideosports@gmail.com. Another hint for you, he doesn't have any defensive touchdowns. Am I making it too easy? I give you guys too many hints every week, but there you go. Levi Hempfner, number 33, one of these senior leaders for the Ledgers. It's always fun watching Springs warm up before the game because, they do their best to get themselves hyped up and get ready to play, and Hempfner is one of them that is just running around like a man with his hair on fire and getting his teammates ready to go, and it's really fun to watch Levi Hempfner get his guys ready to roll. So there you go. We'll keep that open until we get a winner for our Taco Bell halftime trivia. As I mentioned, for the Vikings, they got to find something that works against Springs, as so many other teams are trying to figure out in the Flyway Conference. Can't wait for Springs Campbell Sport. Can't wait for Springs Mayville, because the heavyweights in this conference, it's going to come down to these teams. And right now, you would say Springs has as good a chance as anyone, but the Vikings really finding it difficult here in the first half. Got a first guess from Joan. She says 6, or that's from Peter actually. Peter says 6. That's too low. That's too low for Levi Hempfner. Gotta give Levi a little bit more confident in Levi than that. So keep guessing. Keep sending those in. rpvideosports@gmail.com. Tonight, game brought to you by Fond du Lac Area Edward Jones Financial Advisors, Robert Bruce, Matt Moses, Jeff Wills, Patrick Ellisted. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. We'll take another couple minutes of timeouts. Come back here with more. This is Flyway Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. Really, really happy and pleased with the results. Plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, you gonna come over here?
Apply now to qualify for the Sabre Award, a $500 per year scholarship at Marian University. Be admitted by January 1st and receive a $2,000 scholarship towards your degree. The Sabre Award is granted in addition to other scholarships, awards, and discounts. 100% of Marian University students receive financial assistance. College is affordable. Apply now at marianuniversity.edu/apply.
Condex Corporation in Elmira is a proud manufacturer of cutting parts for the agriculture and lawn and turf industry. Condex is currently looking to add to their second and third shifts in various roles: assembler, machine operator, and CNC operator. See for yourself what it's like to work in a company that's focused on innovation and continuous improvement. Condex offers a great work environment, including a climate-controlled manufacturing facility. Condex Corporation, 1500 Technology Drive in Elmira. Apply online today at Condex.com.
Muthig Industries in Fond du Lac would like to wish your local high school sports team best of luck this season. Muthig Industries is one of the area's top full-service manufacturers of precision metal stampings, laser cuttings, production machining and turning, tool and die manufacturing, and custom metal fabrication products. Muthig Industries is a third-generation family-owned company that started in 1965. To find out more, visit muthigindustries.com. Good luck to all area athletes from your team at Muthig Industries, 33 East Larson Drive, Fond du Lac.
Scotty's Auto Works for affordable auto care, from tires and alignments to routine auto maintenance. Trust the guys at Scotty's Auto Works, next to Pump and Pantry, Fond du Lac.
Real memories deserve real cameras.
Dr. Shane Bauer of Bauer Chiropractic for progressive and traditional chiropractic care. If you're in pain, Bauer Chiropractic offers unique ways to provide relief for many types of pain and conditions. New to this area is MLS Class 4 cold laser therapy, which can be very effective with treating many nagging injuries such as plantar fasciitis, tennis elbow, shoulder pain, knee pain, and many others. Pain relief and prevention are two reasons to see Dr. Shane Bauer at 355 North Peters Avenue, Fond du Lac, or log on BauerChiroFDL.com.
23:20. Glad to have you along. Jordan King with you here on RadioPlusInfo.com. We got a winner. Mike got it. 11 touchdowns. Mentioned that during the pregame. And Levi Hempfner, you know, the next best coming into tonight was JT Koenig. See, I was going to try to trick you. I was going to ask you for Koenig's, who had 2 tonight, bring his season total up to 6 touchdowns on the year. But I thought I'd keep it a little easier for you. Hempfner hasn't scored yet tonight, but has the 11 scores on the year. So Mike, our Taco Bell halftime trivia winner. Today's game sponsored in part by J&J Trucking of Brandon. Ship safe and on time without breaking the bank. They'll get you where you want to go. Now hiring truck drivers. Competitive pay up to $70,000 per year, $1,000 sign-on bonus, and more. Go to jjtruckingbrandon.com. That's jjtruckingbrandon.com. Gannon Schwartz will bring out the tee for the Vikings, and they will. He'll send it deep. If well, I suppose maybe they start the onside battle here. Who knows? But you'd expect him to maybe send it deep here. Back deep for the Ledgers. I believe that's John Kuhn. No, that's 24, Gertig back there. Gertig's done a nice job returning kicks so far this season. He's the one that picks it up on the far side, and he is stopped right away. That's Cole Keifenheim down the field, one of the freshman gunners for the Vikings on the far side, and able to make the play. That was a nice job by him, and that's got to be the worst starting field position so far for the Ledgers, other than when they had that personal foul penalty that put them back at the 20. So this is at the 28. Now, obviously, you still count that as 20 being your starting field position, but if you don't do that, that's still out at the 35. So we're starting field position by Springs. Here is Bauer in at quarterback. Pitches to the near side, Hempfner, and he is wrangled up by Sebi Paul. Nice job by Paul, and a good job by Sam Lair to kind of spring that play outside, make him bump that outside again, and just string it along. So King on the sideline for now. He had one touchdown pass in that first half, 57 yards through the air. Touchdown pass to Ramaker, and now into the game, Max Bauer. First play went a little bit awry, and they lost 4. Second and 14. Here's Hempfner around the right side. Hempfner could be gone. He's got to break one tackle. It's Cole Wiedmeyer. Instead, cuts back inside. Now he's cutting across the field. Got one man to beat. 25-20. It's a race to the pylon. Hempfner's going to win it. It's another touchdown for the Ledgers. 76 yards to the house for Levi Hempfner. And the Ledgers lead at 29-0. Oh, baby, what a run from Levi Hempfner. Had a huge hole on the left side of the line, stepped through a couple of tackles at the linebacker level, got to the secondary, and he just made a sprint across the field, starting at about the 50, and just angled his way across the field to this right side pylon and got there first. Hempfner said 11 touchdowns, try 12. That's his 12th on the season. And in short order, it took 1 minute and 3 seconds for Springs to extend their lead to the 30-point mark here in the second half. 30-0. We'll take a timeout and come back with more after this. This is Flyway Football. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Baker Cheese, producing award-winning cheese since 1916. Not only can you find fresh Baker cheese at your local grocer, make the short drive to their in-house country cheese store. Over 100 varieties of other cheeses from the best cheesemakers in Wisconsin. Take Highway 23, go south on G 3 miles, and follow the freshness. Visit BakerCheese.com. Baker Cheese, a Wisconsin cheese heritage since 1916.
Back here at Fruth, and just like that, Levi Hempfner back up to 127 yards on the ground. That was a 76-yard scamper from him. You know, the two quickest Springs drives that have ended in touchdowns started at the 20 and the 26-yard line, or 28-yard line, before they lost a couple of yards, and then Hempfner took it back for 76. Here's Gensler on the return for WLA, gets out to the 25-yard line and is stopped there. And that's about been standard operating procedure for the Vikings today, is starting inside their own 30 or worse. So what can Coach Kevin Lair and his crew draw up here in the second half, if nothing else, to maybe just get some momentum for the Vikings in the middle of this gauntlet that they have? You know, you got to go 4-3 in the Flyway to be automatic qualifiers to the playoffs. And if the Vikings don't upset Campbellsport, a game that a lot of people are going to pick Campbellsport to win. Here's Wiedmeyer up the middle. Wiedmeyer dives ahead for 3, 2nd and 7. But if you don't win that game, which, again, a lot of people, you're going to be an underdog, heavy underdog in that game. Can't find a way to win that. You're going to be 1-3 in conference, so you got to win out. So you're looking at Laconia, then your homecoming game, home to Omro, and then you travel to North Fond du Lac. So you feel like maybe you can get that North Fond du Lac one. But that's a couple of coin flip type of games. Omro's young, rebuilding. maybe you can get that one with the homecoming crowd fueling you along, but that makes that Laconia game a must-win, and a team that the Vikings have had their struggles with in the past, the Laconia Spartans, but able to beat them last year. That was Schumacher on the carry, picked up 2, 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. But that's what the season looks like for the Vikings down the stretch. So, winning this game would have been incredibly difficult for the Vikings. But you hoped you could have at least stuck with them like you did Mayville last week. And again, I know that moral victories don't get you anything. And they're not good for anything at the end of the season. You don't get to trade them in for a win. Here's Lair around the right side, now going to heave it out to Gensler. Nice job by Gensler coming back to the football. And that is out to the 40-yard line, they'll say 39. So a pickup of 9 and a first down for the Vikings. Nice job by Lair to be patient there, wait for his guy to get open. Vikes out to the 39-yard line. Just trying to get some momentum here as they move through this second half. For Springs, obviously they are the top-ranked team in Division 6. And they look like it tonight. They look like one of the most dominant teams in the state, regardless of division, as they are. Here's Cole Wiedmeyer, and Wiedmeyer gets popped coming up from his secondary position. That was Corbin Langfelt, and he put a pop on Cole Wiedmeyer. Wiedmeyer able to pick up a pair. So 2nd and 8. But Springs number 1 in Division 6. Obviously, they want a little bit more than just a 3-way tie for first place this year. That's what it was last year as they split with Campbell Sport and Mayville. Friday, September 30th at Campbell Sport. That's where Springs is. And then Thursday, October 13th, right here at Fruth. Mayville comes to Fruth on a Thursday. A little misdirection here. Counterplay ends with Schumacher moving forward. He's going to pick up 6 there, bring up a 3rd and 2. Nice run by Noah Schumacher. The Vikings have used that a myriad of times this season, that little counterplay with Schumacher inside, trying to get the defense flowing the other way, and it's been pretty successful, all things considered. Rest of the way for Springs. North Fondy here at Fruth next week, then Campbell Sport, as I mentioned, at Lamira, and then Mayville closes out the season. Those are the final 4 games for Springs, as it looks like they are headed to a 5-0 start in this one. Here's Wiedmeyer up the middle and gets another first down. The Vikings into Springs territory across the 50-yard line, pickup of 5 for Wiedmeyer. They'll spot it at the 47 of St. Mary's Springs. 7 minutes and 46 seconds left here in the third quarter. Again, if you just joined us, if you were watching at the first half and just joining us for the second half, it was 2 plays. Yes, Springs did start with the football. It was 2 plays for Springs, and Levi Hempfner took the ball 76 yards to the house. He's got 127 yards rushing and a touchdown here tonight. False start from WLA, so it'll be 1st and 15, back to their own side of midfield at the 48. Vikings started off their season not quite the same caliber of non-conference opponents that Springs were playing. Springs blanked Lake Country Lutheran and then that exciting 20-18 win over Darlington. But WLA took care of Kettle Moraine Lutheran and then went up to Chilton and won that game. Able to somehow beat Lamira. That looked like a loss early in the season. And here's Lair on the run around this right side. See if he got back to the original line of scrimmage. He did, so a pickup of 5 for Sam Lair. But, man, what a demoralizing way that would have been for the Vikings if you start off the season with that loss and then knowing you had this 3-game stretch coming up next. That was a big, big win going down I-41 to Lamira. I think they got an injured Springs player here. So the teams will head to their sidelines. We're going to take a timeout as they treat the Springs player. Can't see a number there, so we'll step aside. 6 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third. You're watching Flyway Football on RP Video Sports.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 cents for the future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com.
Back here at Fruth, glad to have you along with us this evening. Vikings trailed the Ledgers 30-0. 2nd and 10. That was Langfeld. Hopefully he's all right for Springs. Able to limp off the field here on the near side. Vikings trying to set up a screen. Oh, man, right in the passing lane was Noah Mowell, who, oh, man, he would still be running, I think. Noah Mowell saw the bright lights, the celebrity of scoring a touchdown. Defensive end, that was his chance. He was not fooled at all by the play action that the Vikings ran. They ran Wiedmeyer on the near side, and then we're going to flip it back over to the far side with Schumacher on a little bubble screen, it looked like. And on his way out to the flat, it was a big paw from Noah Mowell, knocking it away and, just about pulled it in. 6:22 left in the third, 30-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Here's Lair busting through his Hempfner. Not able to get there was Levi Hempfner, but he blew things up and just got the Vikings out of sync. Wiedmeyer able to pick up 4 on that one. We'll call it 3 for Wiedmeyer, and it's 4th and 7 for the Vikings. Under 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. Couple of touchdowns for JT Koenigs. Touchdown for Ramaker through the air. And then the safety to close out the first half, and then sandwiched on the other side of halftime was the big Levi Hempfner run, 76 yards to the house. Under center is Lair, a couple running backs in the backfield, and I don't know if they got a delay of game. Yeah, it usually is the case if it's the back judge that throws the flag. The Vikings took too long getting the play call in, and it'll be 4th and 12. Check that, 4th down. And the Vikes will send a new play in with Vincent Revez, the tight end. So you got Schroffnagel, who's racked up several 250-plus yard performances earlier in the conference season. I think it was week 1, had 5 touchdowns. You had Hempfner, who had a 5-touchdown game against Laconia earlier in the conference season. Schroffnagel got loose a lot against WLA last week as well. Here's Lair taken down by Gertig. Nice job by Brendan Gertig getting into the backfield and corralling the Viking quarterback. That'll turn things over on down at the 47-yard line. And the Vikings just out of sorts right now offensively against, on 4th and 12, it's just going to be the Springs defense with the ears pinned back. That's just going to be the case at that point when you're down 30-0. Back under center, it's Max Bauer. Bauer fakes the handoff, now cuts up field. Nice run by Max Bauer, able to pick up 3. This looks a little bit more like the old school. Got the veer and the option, and I'll tell you what, Bauer came in after a couple of turnovers in the Laconia game and looked very, very good for the Ledgers. And got 3 on that one, 2nd and 7. See how he continues to run this offense in the second half against WLA. Pulls this one, has a seam around the edge. Bauer got to make a man miss. He does. leaves Lair in his tracks. 10-5 touchdown Ledgers. 50 yards to the house for Max Bauer. Another long run for the Ledgers. And this one is even further out of reach for the Vikings. 36-0. Back-to-back runs from Max Bauer. 53 yards on the ground. And another Rotman extra point will make this 37-0 if he can stay undefeated or perfect on the season. It's always nice to have a reliable kicker. Rotman was part of the difference in that Darlington game. Just having a guy that can kick extra points is valuable. That is up and through. 37-0. Springs in control. Take a timeout, back with more. This is Flyway Football on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Here at Pizza Ranch, we believe in happy accidents, like in 1964, when a Buffalo, New York restaurant owner accidentally bought chicken wings instead of chicken necks. The 60s were a crazy time. Well, decades later, and the mistake turned masterpiece is now at Pizza Ranch. Introducing our new traditional and boneless chicken wings, tossed in our signature sauces. 2 more ways to get the country's best chicken available for carryout and delivery. Maybe it wasn't an accident after all, just delicious fate. Pizza Ranch.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen. I know a great team when I experience it, and Team Holiday is one of the best.
I think what keeps people coming back to Holiday is our people. Taking care of the customer is everybody's focus.
Delivering exceptional customer care.
It's what we do.
Get more truck or SUV for your buck, enticing offers, and more for your...
Back here at Fruth, glad to have you along. Cole Rotman puts his right hand in the air, ready to kick this one deep. It's a 37-0 Springs lead over WLA. This one is bounding out of bounds, and I'll tell you what, if there's one thing Rotman has struggled with a little bit this season, it's kicking the ball out of bounds. But when you're perfect on PATs and you're 3 for 4, essentially perfect on field goals too. I mean, because the miss goes back to that Darlington game, which was in the rain right before halftime. Rain teaming down, and Rotman they tried like a 43 or 47 yarder or something in that range. So Rotman has done an exceptional job, but has given up field position every now and again. This will be at the 35-yard line, which is where they put it in high school football. Today's game sponsored in part by PT Tire and Service of Brandon. Big or small, they do it all. Call 346-TIRE. That's 346-TIRE. Pam and Tony, they're your tire experts. For emergency service, call 346-TIRE. 342, 37-0 Springs on the Quest Interior scoreboard. Lair with a pump fake, trying to go deep. His man Gensler down the right side of the field and just over the outstretched hands of Noah Gensler. Double coverage there. Number 9, Ben Anderson, was the safety in on the coverage, and then I think it was Nick Gilgenbach, who was also over there on the corner. He was the cornerback that was in coverage. Seeing some different numbers on that side of the football for Springs. 81, Riley Brenner's out there as well. Another false start for the Vikings. They're going to move themselves back yet again. 2 minutes and 53 seconds and counting down. Outside of the running clock territory, by the way, so we'll have the running clock for the rest of the ball game. That really tends to speed things up. End of the game will be here before you know it, and hope you'll stick around for the Fox Valley Savings Bank postgame show. Hopefully get down on the field and talk to Coach Highland. Ask him about this game. You know, go back to the Coach's Smile pregame interview. He said, we never play well against the Vikings, and we always get their best shot. Well, I think they played well tonight. That's just one guy's opinion that doesn't know much football. We'll hopefully get the opinion of Coach Highland. There's Wiedmeyer off tackle and picks up 4. Check that, 3rd and 11. First down play was the incompletion from Lair to Gensler. Under 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
3rd and 11.
Very good ground game again for Springs. They have touchdown rushes of 23, 50, and 76 so far tonight. Going to get a timeout here. We'll take it with them. I believe it's the Vikings who took that timeout, so we'll take it with them. When we come back, we will continue on. Third quarter action here between the Vikings and the Ledgers. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Hi, my name is Jim Dreyfus. I am one of the owners of Dufresne Moving and Storage. My grandfather started the business in 1931 with horse and wagon, and now we're a 4th generation company and have everything from Sprinter vans to 53-foot semis. We service the local community for both residential and commercial products.
Hi, my name is Craig. I do the estimating for Dufresne Moving and Storage. I will come into the home, take a look at what you want us to move. We do all 48 states. We also do local, and I will give you the estimate before I leave. Whether it's commercial or residential, you'll have a ballpark idea of what the move will cost. We also offer short-term storage with our storage on truck option. We also have long-term storage with our climate-controlled vault system. One of the unique characteristics of Dufresne is we have a dedicated permanent staff that's willing to go that extra mile for you. Call the office, the girls set me up with an estimate, and I'll be knocking on your door.
Glad to have you along. Minute 44 left here in the third quarter, and that will run down rather quickly with the running clock. Here's a long shot down to Gensler, some contact down there, and no flag forthcoming. Again, triple coverage there for Springs. Had 3 guys in the area. Gensler kind of looked up, but it was, I don't think he actually thought there should have been a flag there. It's just kind of a hopeful glance back towards the official, if anything else, and back judge kept the flag in the pocket. Vikings trying some more trying to get that offense maybe a little bit more vertical here, as they have to do at this stage in the game. Down 37-0 on the Quest Interior scoreboard as we tick under a minute left in the third quarter. Lair's going to actually trot back now and going to punt this one back over to Springs. Angles it to the far right side. Inside the 40, he goes out at about the 33-yard line. That is where Springs will take over. See if Bauer comes back out to run the offense from the quarterback spot. Or, it looks like Bauer, Coach Krieger's going to send him back out. Bauer looked good, obviously. 53 yards to the house. Well, the long one was 50. 53 yards in 2 plays. See, I don't know if, obviously with no play clock, I don't know if Springs has to get off a play here in this third quarter. They're going to either way. This is Bauer, pitches it, and a nice job by the Vikings. That was Lair, able to cut down number 11. That's Jamison Ahern on the run. And lost a lot of yardage on that one. Lost about 7 yards on that play. That will end the third quarter. We'll take a minute break, come back. Fourth quarter on the way. Springs in control. You're watching on RP Video Sports.
Apply now to qualify for the Sabre Award, a $500 per year scholarship at Marian University. Be admitted by January 1st and receive a $2,000 scholarship towards your degree. The Sabre Award is granted in addition to other scholarships, awards, and discounts. 100% of Marian University students receive financial assistance. College is affordable. Apply now at marianuniversity.edu/apply.
This is Wisconsin running back Braylon Allen. I know a great team when I experience it, and Team Holiday is one of the best.
I think what keeps people coming back to Holiday is our people. Taking care of the customer is everybody's focus.
Delivering exceptional customer care.
It's what we do.
Get more truck or SUV for your buck, enticing offers, and more for your trade on a new or GM-certified pre-owned Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Fond du Lac.
It's worth the trip.
12 minutes on the clock. Fourth quarter of action here. Here's Bauer pitch. That was a dangerous pitch. And the Vikings, once again, I think that was Schumacher at the mesh point for the Vikings. The pitch was back to Koenigs, and Koenigs lost 4, so that's 11 yards lost on those last 2 plays alone from Springs, and sets up a very long, I have it at 3rd and 21 for Springs.
3rd and 22.
They got 3rd and 22, so there's an extra yard in there somewhere that I missed. That's all right. Sam Baker out there runs the play in for Springs. Couple of receivers out, one to either side for Max Bauer. Haven't seen him throw the ball yet. Instead, it's a give to Koenigs, who cuffs up the field. Got to make another man miss, not able to do so. Play made in the secondary by Cole Wiedmeyer, but Koenigs able to pick up that lost yardage and more. They're going to give him, let's see, 12, we'll call it 15 on the pickup for Koenigs.
4th and 7.
In the first half, Koenigs had 31 yards in the 2 touchdowns. So he's out to 42 now. And Springs will punt it away. Ramaker back for Springs, and he'll launch this one into the night sky. That is a dandy from Ramaker. Bounces inside the 20 down to the 15. What a punt from Lucas Ramaker. Really inconsequential in terms of, you know, the game here. Yeah, it's a running clock game, but that was a nice punt. I mean, he hit that inside his own 30, and that bounded all the way down inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. They'll mark it at the 16 after the 3 and out from Springs. Just the 3rd possession for WLA here in the second half. Have not got much going. Had a decent drive, got out near midfield before turning the ball over on downs. Just got that possession into Springs territory before doing that. Here's the pitch far side. Schumacher cuts upfield and out past the first down marker near the 30-yard line. They'll mark him at the 26. 10 yards exactly. Move the chains. First down, Vikings. Moving the chains, brought to you by Addison Jones Real Estate. Call them, then call the movers. Addison Jones Real Estate. Today's game sponsored in part by J&J Trucking of Brandon. Ship safe and on time without breaking the bank. They'll get you where you want to go. Now hiring truck drivers, competitive pay up to $70,000 per year, $1,000 sign-on bonus, and more. Go to jjtruckingbrandon.com. Here's Lair around the far side on the right and swallowed up by several Springs defenders. Don't think he got anything on that pickup. So 2nd and 10 after the 10-yard pickup from Schumacher on the first play. 8:32. You don't realize how much that running clock, it just melts away so quickly. Here's the hand to the near side. This is Brendan Ebert. Ebert is taken down. That's a nice play by Ethan Galindo, 5'7" senior. Galindo made the play. 3 yards for Ebert. And 3rd and 7. Again, a lot of these players from Springs able to get in the game, get their noses in on some tackles on this side of the ball. Koenig's still running on the offense along with Bauer, but a lot of rotation here on the defensive side of the football. Don't think we're going to see Hempfner anymore. That's for sure. Shoulder fake from Lair goes deep over the middle. That pass was intended for number 27. That's Elijah Dujinski for the Vikings. And Dujinski just not able to corral that one. Lair's been a little strong on most of the passes tonight. Just out of the reach of his wide receivers. 4th down and 7. We'll call it a long 7 for the Vikings. Man, football, when you're in a stretch like this for the Vikings, and a stretch that before the season even started, you'd have said these would have been 3 tough games to win. But it is, football's a cruel sport in that it's not basketball. You don't get to play, you don't lose a game on Tuesday, get to play Thursday, get that bad taste out of your mouth. You got to sit on this for a week, and then you got to welcome in a really good Campbell Sport crew. That ball angles out. Springs will start at the 50. That Campbell Sport team is very good as well. You know that because they nearly beat Mayville. Lost to Mayville 32-29 earlier this season. Ledgers will take over. Tonight's broadcast is built by Capelli Brothers and Diedrich of Fond du Lac. Building for the future since 1948, commercial and office, industrial and manufacturing, warehouse, storage, and more. Trust the best. Trust Capelli Brothers and Diedrich. Plan for success today. Up the middle goes Koenigs once again. JT Koenigs picks up 6 on that. 2nd and 4. Capelli Brothers and Diedrich. Log on CapelliDiedrich.com. Log on CapelliDiedrich.com. Plan for success today. 2nd and 3. And another handoff from Bauer, plowing forward. This time was number 47, Jacob Holmes, I believe. I think that's who had that ball, or was that Koenigs again?
47.
47, yeah. Holmes made a couple of big plays. I had Holmes for the safety. Now, we'll credit a couple of different. We ended up crediting a couple different players for that, but I had Holmes the first one there on the safety. John Kuhn was another. This is 49, Tommy Koenigs, who darts forward for about 3 yards, 3 or 4 yards. 4 minutes and a half left.
And a 4, 2nd and 6.
That carry by Holmes a second ago was a first down. Moving the chains presented by Addison Jones Real Estate. Call them, then call the movers. And got an offside here. We have a referee didn't make a call. He just threw the flag and pointed at something. That doesn't help us up here. We'll see what the official call is. Prior to the snap, offside. There you go. So WLA lined up in the in an offside position, so they'll make this 2nd down play 5 yards easier for Springs. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Ledgers. Again, stick around for the post-game interview, hoping to get down to the field, see if we can corral Coach Highland and talk about this big rivalry win that his team is in the midst of securing. Here is Tommy Koenigs once again trying to pick his way through and find a first down. Oh, leans forward, carries the pile, and he's going to find that first down. Pick up a 4 yards for Tommy Koenigs. Springs win today. That'll move them to 5-0, 3-0, perfect in the Flyway Conference as well. And their results are such that Division 6, you got to be... Darlington will obviously feel. Oh, here's Bauer on the keeper. Bauer pulled it. He's down inside the 10. Thought he was going to make another house call there. From the 27 down to the 7, pickup of 20 for Max Bauer. Bauer didn't play in the first half. He's already up to 73 yards on the ground, including a touchdown. Done a nice job in the second half. But obviously Darlington came here to Fruth, and they, played with Springs. Here's the pitch. Tommy Koenig's going to run in. There was a penalty flag here thrown by the umpire. I would assume this will be a hold. A lot of players stopped playing after that was thrown. There is the hold. Should move Springs back out to about the 14-yard line. So anyways, getting back to what I was saying about D6, you see the performance, not only the results, but the performances of how Springs is winning some of these games. You got to be a little nervous about the landscape of Division 6. That's for sure. But Darlington gave Springs a scare early on in the season. Here is JT Koenigs. Koenigs trying to pick his way forward. We'll give him 3 on that pickup, up to the 11-yard line. Koenigs right around that 50-yard mark. Scored a pair of touchdowns. 2 of the 5 scored tonight for Springs. This is Tommy Koenigs, who's going to get it back inside the 10-yard line. And 3rd down. Under a minute left to play here in a game that lost its sting early. Springs just took control and never looked back in this one. Under center goes Bauer. 39 and 38 counting down. The turn, the give, no, he's going to keep it. Pitch it back to Tommy Koenigs. Koenigs makes a cut, bounces off a couple of Vikings, and dives down to the 2-yard line. And that should be the last play of the ball game. Tommy Koenigs picking up 7 yards, and that should do it, unless Springs wants to run one more play. The referee just kind of made a motion to Springs. You don't have to take another snap if you don't want to. And I think they are just going to call this one a win. It goes into the left-hand column for Springs. Dominant here at Fruth tonight. 37-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. Springs runs roughshod over WLA tonight. 5 rushing touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns, 2 from JT Koenigs, 1 from Levi Hempfner, and 1 from Max Bauer. And then the passing touchdown, which was the first passing touchdown of the season, incidentally, for Springs, and that was from King finding Lucas Ramaker. That's the scoring. We'll tell you more about statistics here. I'm going to sprint down to the field, see if I can corral Coach Highland here for an interview. Stick with us. This Fox Valley Savings Bank post-game show, that's coming up next. Stay with us.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, show me. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, are you going to come over here?
Condex Corporation in Lemira is a proud manufacturer of cutting parts for the agriculture and lawn and turf industry. Condex is currently looking to add to their 2nd and 3rd shifts in various roles: assembler, machine operator, and CNC operator. See for yourself what it's like to work in a company that's focused on innovation and continuous improvement. Condex offers a great work environment, including a climate-controlled manufacturing facility.
Kids look up to. He's playing with some pain in his knees, and he just want to come out. He doesn't miss a down in practice. Just a workaholic, and so it's really he is the leader of the team.
There you go. Certainly couldn't tell it tonight. Coach, thanks for joining us. That's Coach Bob Highland and his St. Mary Springs Ledgers get a big win here at Fruth Field tonight. Quest Interior Scoreboard. Savings Bank post-game show coming back after.
The greatest gift a parent can give their children is hope for a better tomorrow. We offer that Christian hope at Winnebago Lutheran Academy. WLA is a premier Christian high school open to the Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, and surrounding communities. We participate in the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program and offer generous financial aid, making this private Christian education accessible to all. Schedule a tour today at WLAVikings.org.
Are you unsure of what career path you want to take? Musa Sheet Metal is looking for motivated individuals to join their highly regarded apprenticeship program. Throughout the program, you'll learn the skills to be able to run your own job site. A career at Musa Sheet Metal is a chance to join a driven team working together to design and build products to help build communities. Learn more at musasheetmetal.com. That's musasheetmetal.com.
Build products that build communities. Apply at musasheetmetal.com.
March & Schmidt has been a global leader in the manufacture of industrial food cutting solutions for over 55 years. Our staff is committed to using leading-edge technology to create custom designs specifically for the food industry. March & Schmidt is proud of our manufacturing process and strive to produce the highest quality machinery every day. We're focused on one thing, satisfying our customers and giving them the best quality product. A complete turnkey solution provider, integrating both processing and packaging equipment. Our team is focused on our customers' overall success, while the family values drive our relationships.
Condex Corporation in Lemira is a proud manufacturer of cutting parts for the agriculture and lawn and turf industry. Condex is currently looking to add to their second and third shifts in various roles: assembler, machine operator, and CNC operator. See for yourself what it's like to work in a company that's focused on innovation and continuous improvement. Condex offers a great work environment, including a climate-controlled manufacturing facility. Condex Corporation, 1500 Technology Drive in Lemira. Apply online today at condex.com.
Come on. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, come on, Tommy. Come on. Come on. Well, come on. Come on. Yeah. Good boy. Come here. Come on.
Jackson, are you going to come over here?
The Rademan family has been quarrying and producing natural stone products for over 50 years. Hi, I'm Brock Rademan with the Rademan Stone and Landscape Company. As the first member of our fourth-generation family-owned business, I'm proud to carry on the tradition of providing quality stone products to Fond du Lac and the surrounding areas. Is your driveway in need of repair? Here at Rademan's, our crushed stone division provides our customer with stone needed for maintaining your gravel driveway. Our quarry stone division provides landscape stones such as stepping stones and retaining wall stone for your outdoor living areas. We also offer natural thin and full veneer stone for interior applications such as fireplaces or outdoor applications to combine with or replace your siding or brick. Whether building or remodeling, veneer stone can add a natural look and feel to your home. Our natural stone is available in many different textures, sizes, colors, and cuts. Stop out at Rademan's and see our indoor-outdoor stone displays, or like us on Facebook to see some finished projects. Rademan Stone and Landscape Company, where we have the materials to do the best work on earth.
Back here at Fruth Memorial Field, glad to have you along. Jordan King with you up here in the press box. 37-0 was the win for Springs, and it just got right at the perfect time, got kicked off the internet. So we did talk to Coach Highland. You saw the end of that interview, but just asked him about the team and the performance, and he labeled the performance unemotional. And that's kind of, I think that's kind of what he was looking for from his squad here tonight. Was just trying to business as usual. And then talked about Levi Hempfner. And Hempfner, as we get to our Marion University player of the game, look, you could pick a myriad of guys. We could go with Koenigs again, who had the 2 touchdowns in the first half. But Levi Hempfner and his ability to lead this team, he said, you have the direct quote from Coach Highland was, you have captains, and then you have Levi Hempfner. And Hempfner was the leader of the team for them tonight. And he said Hempfner is a guy who's battling some knee pain. He doesn't take a snap off in practice. He doesn't take a snap off in the game. He doesn't want to come off the field. And Hempfner is our Marion University player of the game. Marion University has many different programs to choose from. Log on to marionuniversity.edu to get started today. 127 yards and a touchdown from Levi Hempfner by my count. He also is the inside linebacker and was a big part in the run defense tonight for St. Mary Springs. BCI Burke play of the game, now hiring in different departments and shifts. Log on, burkecareers.com. I'm going to go back to the 76-yard touchdown from Levi Hempfner. Now, the dagger was probably in the first half with that safety from Springs, able to wrangle down Sam Lair in the end zone, get the safety, get that 23-0 lead. But coming out second half, how do you respond? You know, WLA has to kick the ball to Springs. You know, can WLA get anything going? The answer was no. You give the ball to big number 33, Levi Hempfner, and he takes it 76 yards, angling across the field to the house. And you could just see Coach Highland's face light up when he got to talk about Levi Hempfner after the game, and why not? If you got a player like that, 76 yards, that's the BCI Burke play of the game. And just a couple of other statistics. Cullen King, 57 yards through the air, including a 37-yard TD strike to his tight end, Lucas Ramaker, and the 6'4" man took it the rest of the way on the screen pass and went 37 yards with it. 2 touchdowns mentioned from JT Koenigs. And then one final highlight for Springs is Max Bauer. And Max Bauer was great coming on in the second half. You know, you talk to Coach Highland, and he wasn't so. He said, I think there was some tongue-in-cheek there from Coach Highland as well. But talking about how good he was coming, but he's a kid that's got to learn. And I think he will do that as he continues to move through on his football career as the quarterback. Because Cullen King gonna be moving on after this year. Next game broadcast brought to you by AirTech. No matter which type of heating system you have in your home, the knowledgeable technicians at AirTech Heating can perform a timely repair if things go wrong. Here on Radio Plus Info, come on back next weekend, North Fondy at Springs. It's homecoming, and we'll have that for you here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Hope you'll join us. I think Greg is along for the call on that one, and Springs going to try to continue on their success. And North Fond du Lac, by at least if you look at the results, looks to be the weakest team in the Flyway Conference. So join us for that one coming up next week. That's the AirTech Next Game broadcast. Thanks to some of our new sponsors, Dufresne Moving and Storage Company, Mutig Industries, and Winfield Homes. Jordan King saying so long. Thanks to Jeff, did a great job, my producer this afternoon. Thanks to the fine folks at Springs for getting us set up here at Fruth Memorial Field as well. It was a big win for Springs. They take down cross-rival Winnebago Lutheran Academy 37-0 on the Quest Interiors scoreboard. And Jordan King bidding you a good night and farewell.
Hey, I'm Jeff Cornelli. I'm the owner of Tavern on the Avenue, Bob's on the Avenue, Just Love Coffee on the Avenue. Just Love Coffee is a franchise out of Nashville, Tennessee. We actually interviewed 30 different people, and these people are above and beyond better than anybody else. 90% of the money that is made in the coffee shop is donated to charities. There's nothing in Fond du Lac like this business. It's very upscale, it's family oriented. We got kids games, the kids can play their games, the families can come here at birthday parties and have coffee at the same time.
What can I get for $5?
You can become a member of Fond du Lac Credit Union and get some pretty amazing benefits.
Really? Like what?
As a member of Fond du Lac Credit Union, you can take advantage of all that they have to offer, including fewer fees, the best loan rates, in-house lending, and access to all the amazing programs and services.
Wow!
The cherry on top, when you become a member, you become part owner.
That sounds like a great deal for only $5.
Sure is. And it's super simple to sign up.
I'd like to order that.
Oh, I'm sorry. We only sell coffee here.
Hi, this is Danny and Heather with AirTech Heating. At AirTech, our motto is honesty, integrity, and quality craftsmanship.
When it comes to your home, you want the person working on your equipment to be upfront and tell you what you need.
But also what you don't need. We deliver whatever it takes service to take care of you. Our technicians are NATE certified, meaning they are the most highly trained in the industry to be servicing your equipment.
If you're stuck with a broken furnace or air conditioner, call our team at AirTech Heating at 924-6742.